First of all, the major issues that are in discussion right now have to deal with hardware fault tolerance, with software, application software, Clause 12, the safety manual, the PFD calculation, whether or not we'll put those into standard, and SIL 4, just to what extent that will be addressed in 61511. We're spending quite a bit of time making sure that we get consensus from everyone on these issues. And we also, of course, have detailed comments that we'll have to address. So I expect that you will see certainly changes in Clause 12, which is the software. I expect that you'll see changes in hardware fault tolerance section. The other section SIL 4, safety manual, and PFD calculations, you may not see as many changes. As far as when this standard is going to be issued, we have not established a date yet. We've just been allowed to initiate modifications to the normative portion. And 61508 is still in CDV state, and we want to make sure that those issues are completely addressed so that we are not referring to the standard or going off on a tangent from what that document is. So those are the things that are holding up, our own initial work in this area has just started. B, we want to make sure that 61508 is firm before we establish a schedule.
There's no doubt that leadership is a key theme emerging from a number of incidents recently, including Texas City with the Baker report and the Bunsfield incident with the Major Incident Investigation Board, both of which produced substantial recommendations relating to leadership. Here in the UK, we had a conference earlier this year in London where all the chief executives of the major companies in the process sector attended and debated with the senior management of the health and safety executive how they were going to take forward the issue of leadership. It's an ongoing theme in relation to my own division relating to offshore safety, and there is no doubt that we see leadership as a major driving force. And in that context, the standard 61511 provides a means for senior management of plants to benchmark their plants in relation to safety instrumented systems and thereby get a measure of how good their plants are doing. So it ties in, the standard ties in very, very well with the theme of leadership.
Leadership is important, and the drive to improve safety has to be directed by a leadership team. At the same time, the availability of standards, the means to implement the improvements, and the willingness of the people on the work and at shop floor level, if you wish, is equally important. So in a nutshell, I would say safety is everybody's business, and also the individuals, every stakeholder in functional safety management is each of their contributions are, I wouldn't say equally important, but they're all important.
In DuPont, safety is a core value, and it's a condition of employment. And believe me, from the top down, all the people in the plant that actually work out there appreciate that type of attitude in DuPont. Even in today's very difficult times financially, most travel in DuPont has been canceled unless it has immediate financial return or it's safety related. So even in bad financial times, if you've got to travel and it's safety related, it's supported by DuPont. I feel very comfortable in DuPont talking to my supervision and to the vice president of my business unit about SILs, about safety systems, and about risk reduction. He's very knowledgeable about these things, like all people are through DuPont.
My personal message to this question relates to our end users. Over the past 10 years, I received from the beginning till now a big improvement in the quality of questions I received on my desk for SIS questions, which means that the use of the IEC standards makes it much easier to communicate to the customers as 10 years ago. So I would encourage our users continue using the standard 61511 now and in the future.
It's really great that we now have a global standard that we can design our safety systems to. And it's a quantitative standard that everybody can design to the SIL levels. And I think the professionals out there are very excited about it. I think they're glad to have a standard like this that they can be designing globally, especially a company like DuPont where we have plants all over the world. We can design the safety systems to one standard, and we know they're going to be acceptable in all the other countries.
I would say if you haven't started yet on the road to 61511 compliance, just start. It's a bit of a slippery road, maybe every now and then. Share your ideas and questions and your practices with your colleagues in industry, in your home country. Talk with your National Standardization Institute, who is represented in the 61511 committee. Use your networks, and from there achieve compliance, because it is not only because it will indeed improve the safety, also asset integrity makes money.
I think senior management in the industry have to think very, very carefully about how they would answer the question from families of people perhaps killed tragically in a process safety accident. And that question is, what did you do to ensure that your plant was as safe as possible?
I've been in this business for 55 years, and here I am working with global manufacturers, global integrators, global regulators, global consultants, global end users, and who are here thanks to their management. They're working on an infant standard that they're very proud of. We have 40 people right now on the committee trying to make it even better. We need your input. We can't do this without you. And anything you can do to provide us with the shortcomings, we need it desperately. And we look for your help. Thanks for everything you've done for us up to now.
In summary, I would say safety is good business.